Hey there! I am getting ready for an event today, so I'm going to be doing kind of different than my normal everyday look. So I thought I would hop on here and just do kind of a start to finish again while I'm getting ready for an event. So I'm going to start all the way from, I have not done anything to my skin today. I rinsed it off in the shower, and I generally don't wash it twice a day. If I do, I tend to break out a lot. I'm breaking out a lot now, which says to me that I'm probably too stressed. I don't know. So I also thought this would be a really good opportunity to show you some color correction, since I do have some new discoloration that's here on my face that showed up after Hawaii, and then I do have like whatever is going on here, hormonal acne going on too. So because I have those little blemishes right now, I am a really big believer in essential oils. So I use Young Living brand. So two of my go-to, especially for the face, are tea tree and lavender. Both are like antifungal, antibacterial. Lavender is just really super soothing and healing as well. So lavender you can use on basically everything. Lavender makes everything better. Like when in doubt, put lavender on it. Lavender also helps reduce redness. So I just dab it on with my finger and kind of let it soak in. And then I put on my moisturizer. You guys know I love this milk from our Trace Leches line. I haven't tried the rest of the line yet because I do use Rodan and Fields as my main skincare line. So once I run out of that, I'm planning to try the cleanser and toner from the Maskcara milk line, and I will be sure to review it. I hear really great things from other customers who have used it before. So I'm just gonna rub this in. And then I immediately put the Stay Spray on right after it. So I use the one with SPF, and I use it as a primer instead of after. Some people use it after to set their makeup. I use it before in order to prime my skin. So some people, like I have really oily skin, so I put quite a bit on. If you have like drier skin, I would recommend putting it on one of your blenders and one of your perfectors, and putting it on that way instead. So I just kind of pat it in with my fingers. Feels so good. And then I let it dry. So because I'm doing event makeup and I tend to do more on my eyes than I normally do with event makeup, and just like doing a more dramatic look, if you will, I start with my eyes because I don't like it when all the pigment from my shadows falls on my cheeks, and then it just causes kind of a nightmare ripple effect. And you end up having to like redo a bunch of your makeup. So right now I'm just starting with my eyes today. So I am using the Maybelline Fit Me a Concealer. Let's see, I can't tell. It's in a light shade. It just says light. Let's see, I have a newer one here. 20 Sand Sable. So this one's 15. One's 15, one's 20. I don't know. I just grab one that looks pretty light and neutral, and I use this as a base for putting on my shadow. Oh gosh, we've got some out of control lash extensions here today, folks. All right, so that's how I start my shadow look. So I got a bunch of new shadows this week. This is my artist palette. I'm working towards filling it up, but my darker shades are over here. So these would be more like crease colors and liners. And then my lighter shades that are going to be on my lid or my highlighter are over here. So I'm wearing a dress that's like a coral color today. So I thought it'd be really fun to use some of the colors that I don't use very often. So I'm going to be starting with Sabrina, which is my go-to. Forgive my hair. I'm so hot from getting off the Peloton that I just blow dry it with some cold air to start the drying process, but I couldn't sit under the hair dryer to get this dry before I wanted to do my makeup. So I'm cooling down as well. So I'm just using the windshield wiper method with Sabrina. So I prime first, then I add Sabrina. I start every look with Sabrina. Maybe I'm boring if you guys have other ideas for what your base color is, all ears. But so I just windshield wiper it on all the way from the lash line all the way up to the brow line, get a nice base color there. And then I'm actually going to start in the crease, and I'm going to start in the crease with a matte color. Oh, shoot. And it's Bubba. So Bubba is like an orangish kind of color, I guess. It's really, really pretty, and I think it'll go awesome with my dress that I'm wearing today. That's like a short, fun coral dress. So I'm going to use this same brush that I used, just the other end, the more pointed end here, to get some of the Bubba right in my crease. So I always start at the outer edge here and just kind of blend gently inward. Again, I mean, I think the best way to describe this is like a windshield wiper motion. You know, you don't really have to be too precise with your first few colors because they're going to blend with your next color. So I think that you just kind of get it on, make sure it's pretty even, and then you go through and you're going to fine tune as you go throughout. So I started with Bubba, and then I'm going to add some, I think I'm going to go with some Peppa. So Peppa's this color here. It's kind of like a pinkish, coralish, metallic-y color. So I'm going to go over that. And again, I'm just going to flip the end and use the puffy side of this brush. I try to use the same brushes as much as possible. I just don't feel like you need like 8,000 brushes. So I'm putting the Peppa kind of towards the inner corner, about halfway across, so like towards my pupil here. Okay, well, it's starting to look pretty, but it's a little light, so I think I'm going to deepen the crease a little bit, maybe with some, I'm going to put some oak in it. So this is kind of just experiment. I haven't done this look before, so sometimes you just kind of have to, you know, okay, I thought that was going to look like this, and here's what I need to add, and everything's just an experiment, and makeup is your personal expression. So whatever looks good on somebody else might not look good on you, or whatever you like on you. You know, it's all about how you look and feel. It's not about what anyone else thinks but you. It's your personal artistic expression and how you feel like the best you. So I'm going to come back with some of the Bubba again, since I just washed it out a bit, put some over the top. Oh, that's looking pretty cool. And then I'm going to go back with the Peppa. And then I always like to just kind of like in the center on the lower part of the lid, I like to get a lighter color in there. I'm going to use, what is this one today? Oh, As You Wish, great color. So I'm going to use As You Wish just to kind of go sweep right across my lash line. What this does is I feel like it really just kind of brings some attention and opens your eyes up a bit. I have small almond eyes, and they tend to look really, really little. So anything to open my eyes up is what we do. So, and then I'm going to take the As You Wish and just kind of swish it across the brows too. So my brows are not filled in yet, but so right now this eye look is kind of just basic looking. I'm going to do the lower lashes here. Use this brush here. Know Your Angles brush. That's what this one is. And I'm going to use, let's see. I'm going to use, do I want to use Trust or Oak or, I can't remember which one this one is. Oh, no, this one's Oak. Okay, yeah, I'm going to use Oak. So, oh my gosh, my hair. I should put it up. So I'm going to use Oak along my lower lashes. Probably need this. So if you're looking for someone who like edits their tutorials and like makes them look all pretty and like puts in background music, that's just not me, guys. I am a real person. This is not my full-time job. I do this because I love makeup. I love feeling beautiful. But my full-time gig is real estate. That's what I will spend the majority of my time doing is real estate. So you can see I'm just kind of smudging this angled line just along the bottom. I don't need it to be like a super fine line. I'll probably come in and touch that up once I've done my face. And then now I'm going to switch because I've given the oils that I put on my skin as well as my moisturizer and setting. So I'm going to switch and start doing some color correction and show you how that works. So I'm just going to take the smaller end of the Detail Hack brush and I'm going to dip it in some color correcting. So for redness, you're going to look to use like maybe like a color like June or a mango that has like some orange and yellow in it to counteract the red. So I'm using, let's see, I think this is, that's wheat. That's not the one I want. Which one's this one? I think this one's mango. Yeah, I'm going to use mango, which is this like orangier color here, which kind of looks crazy, but you need like a tiny bit and you're just going to like bounce it right on where the blemish is and nowhere else. It's just kind of like blends itself. So I'm doing this before I come in and do the rest of my coloring. Capiche? Capiche. All right, so because I'm still tan, I'm using amber as my base. So this B squared brush, I use this end of it. There's several options for this. A lot of people use the 30-second hack brush and use this pointy end here. You can do that too. I like the more airbrushed look that this B squared brush gives me. So I'm just gonna come in, I take a tiny bit, I bounce it here, like 1, 2, 3, tiny bit, and then go in and just kind of do it all over. This is not super precise. I know people want to make this like way harder than it is. It doesn't need to be hard. This should be simple. I don't like anything to be hard. So I'm going kind of all over with this look right now. Again, just kind of pressing it in by bouncing it on my face. I should make sure to come in and sweep that color off my face if I have any. Yeah. Just sweeping the leftover color from my eyes off. Okay. So now I've got this on. I've been trying something now a little bit about putting on my contour and then putting on my brightener. So I've got my like all over look now. And so I'm going to come in with my Detail Hack brush and I'm going to do my contour now. I think the color I want to use today is, what did I do with my Astoria? That's Ash. I don't want that one. Oh yeah, Astoria. So Astoria, sorry, I've been taking things out and moving them around because I don't have all the names memorized. But so Astoria is this color down here at the bottom. It's kind of more of like, it's got more like gray undertones, I guess, than like orange. And because I'm doing orange in my eye, I don't want to look like Oompa Loompa. So I'm just going to use something that's like maybe not as orange for the rest of my face. So, all right, time to chisel out those cheekbones, girls. So if you're like me and you don't have cheekbones, this makeup's perfect for you. If you do have cheekbones, God bless you. And also this will just help accentuate them. But for girls like me that don't have them, this is just the perfect cheat. So I'm just dabbing it in here. I use kind of the corner edge here and I'm just like drawing it upwards. So I think it's really important that you make sure everything goes upwards. So we're lifting here, people. I am turning 35 next month. And so anything to you know, help keep the test of time, or the, I don't know, whatever that is. I guess like the fountain of youth in my direction, which means I try and lift as much as possible. Even when I'm like putting on my moisturizer, I try and do it in like an upward motion. I can't remember who told me this. It was like a girl back when I started with General Mills. She was like, my mom has perfect skin and she always puts her moisturizer on in upward motion. I was like, heck yeah, I'll try it. Okay. So I just put it under my chin line. Again, just helps kind of carve it out. Like, girls, I am at one of my heaviest weights right now, and so I need all the help I can, just like showing a chin. If you don't have a strong chin, which is one of my favorite features on women, is just like a really strong jawline, this is a great way to help you too. So, and then I'm just gonna come in with this side. You can use this end here, but I'm trying to get this done for time, because of course I got up and dinked around and then got on the Peloton too late, and now I'm rushing, but I wanted to make sure to capture this look. So, so for your nose, just kind of around it, and then always, always, always remember to do right below that lip. Okay. All right, so now before I perfect, I'm going to come back in and do some brighter color. I'm using Aura for my brighter color right now. Normally, when I'm not tan at all, I would use like a white peach or a linen. But so you can see, I'm just coming in right under my eye. I'm taking my finger, patting it down the bridge of my nose. Boop, 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 boop. Some people want some to bring some, you know, kind of all that focus to the center of their face. So they'll do some on their forehead, a little bit in the center of their upper lip. All right, so I've got no color on my face right now in terms of like blush, but I think it's time to perfect it out. I'm not by my sink right now, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna spray some Stay Spray on my perfector sponge, so it's a little bit damp, and then I'm just gonna blend into my skin. So the perfector is honestly what this whole look can be attributed to. It just takes what looks like crazy color all over your face and blends it in to just look gorgeous. And you can see, I mean, yeah, I've got blemishes on my face, but the color correcting really, really helps make them kind of blend in and make me not super self-conscious about what they're looking like right now. So I feel really confident in my ability to kind of cover them. Okay, so I've got that on. Again, I don't have any blush on, but just take a look. Looks pretty good. And so now I'm gonna come in with my blush. Fish. Not trying to look like an Oompa Loompa again, but one of my favorite blush colors is Desert Sunset, and I think it's going to look really nice with this one. So I'm using the regular 30-second hack brush, and I'm using the rounded end, and I'm just going to pop it in here a couple times. Smile! Love. I'm going to bounce the perfector on it a couple times if I can find it. What did I do with it? Oh, right here. Bounce the perfector, just to kind of like blend it in. I like a pop of color on my cheek. Some people are really uncomfortable with it and want to blend more. So I'm going to do that. And then I am going to use my new powder illuminator called Georgia. Guys, so good. So good. And I'm going to use, I can't remember what this brush is called either. Sorry, I'm so terrible, but this one's for powders. So I'm going to use this end of it to just kind of dab in this powder illuminator here, which I think I'm starting to like the powder illuminator more than I liked the cream ones. I don't know why. I think it just really balances out to have like some cream and some powder, especially because like we're already 100 degrees here. So I feel like you need to be like really diligent about setting your makeup here right now because it is already just steamy out there, kids. Okay, so I'm just gonna come through and press this in because, oh, guys, Georgia, something else. Okay, and because I think that you should always accent your brow, I'm going to put a little Georgia right up just with my finger right here as well before diving in. So my face is for the most part done right now. I'm going to fill in my eyebrows really quick. Generally I use... Oh, God, I'm so bad at memorizing these colors, you guys. I use like a blend of indigo and shadow to fill my brows. And I just fill a little bit because I have plenty of brow, to be honest. But I like them to be a little bit more, my brows just tend to be like a little bit lighter than my hair color. And, you know, everyone's all about that strong brow these days. And then I have a scar in this side, so couldn't tell you what it's from, but awesome. And then I'm going to finish my brows with the Maybelline Brow Drama that just like polishes them up. You can see it like makes a big difference actually. See? Meh. Pow! Perfect. All right, last couple steps here are gonna be lining my lips. And I am going to use shadow to line my lips. Maybe got a little aggressive there. And then I'm going to put Desert Sunset, the same color that's on my cheeks. Perfect. With the tiniest bit of linen just in the middle. I tend to like a little bit more colorful lips, so I might come and use some of my, these are my favorite, not this color, but this is my favorite lip stain. I wear it every day. I think I get more comments on my IG live stories about what lip color I'm wearing, and it is the best. It does tend to dry out your lips a little, but it stays forever, and it's amazing. It's like $6.99 at Walgreens. Rimmel London. It's Provocalypse 16-hour kiss proof. Okay, so my look is, I'm feeling pretty good about it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and set at this point. You can use the vanilla setting dust from Maskcara, but honestly, any setting dust will do. If you have some that you know, have already been using and like, I would just recommend probably using that. The vanilla setting dust is like, okay, but I really prefer to use a different one. This one came in my FabFitFun box, and it's Extraordinary Translucent Powder by Ciate, C-I-A-T-E. I don't know if you can see that, but because again, it's hot and I've got a long day and event ahead of me, I'm just taking this and kind of putting it all in my T-zone, anywhere that I normally get oily or shiny. This is what I'm doing for a setting spray, which basically is everywhere. And then, not a required step, but a step I always do too is just a dash of bronzer. to finish the look. So this is event makeup, remember? This is why I'm sitting here 24 minutes, 25 minutes later doing this. Normally, if I wasn't talking and I was, you know, in front of my mirror, it probably would take me more like 15 minutes. But so bronzer goes where the sun would normally hit your face, right? So think of all of your features that protrude. We have two, well, actually, I think we have more than 2 bronzers, but the 2 that I have are the Bella bronzer, which is a cream bronzer, and then the Cayman bronzer, which is a powder bronzer. I prefer Cayman. I would say almost everybody else that I see using this makeup likes Bella. It's a little bit darker, but to me, I just really like a powder finish versus that. So I think my look's pretty much done. Let me get my little, oh, I've got some strafers, and that's from my other cheap brushes, not from my mascara brushes. The mascara brushes are, you guys, really good. Really, really good. All right, I lost my perfector somewhere around here. All right, I don't know where it is. So I'm probably just gonna come back and finish through with one more like press of it with the perfector. If I could find that now, I would do that. But just to give you a close-up of kind of like what this is looking at. I might need to touch that up a little bit more before I go. So I'm gonna grab, where'd that brush go? Feeling very disorganized. Just gonna, there we go. It's a little bit better. Oh, here's the perfector right in front of me. I'm just gonna perfect over where I had that. Georgia is, I'm like the powdered illuminators are pretty intense, so that's better. Oh guys, this is such a good look. Loving it. So the goal today of this event is to get the Bella twins. You guys know the Bella twins from WWE. To get the Bella twins to come to our big Fresh Start event in September. So I have a big group of gals from the board of Fresh Start, and we're all going. So it's a rosé party though, so hopefully we just don't like drink too much, make assholes out of ourselves. But total possible. So anyways, if you guys have questions on getting color matched or the colors that I used on my eyes, or really just anything makeup, beauty, product related, feel free to reach out. I am going to be launching a new site on Monday to do color matches. So I'll be shooting that out when it is ready. I hope that you guys have a great day. And if you guys know the Bella twins, will you send them to me? I need them to come and be at this event and help us raise a bunch of money for Fresh Start. Amazing organization, supporting, empowering, and educating women to help live independent lives. A lot of these women are emerging from crisis situations and need our help, girls. So if you know the Bella twins, we definitely want them at our event in September, and you should connect them to me. All right, I hope you guys have a great day and great rest of your weekend. Thanks for tuning in. And I will come at you again in a couple days.